Hey everyone, this is the Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda blog with another gameplay commentary. This time this is Killzone, Shadowfall. This is the Intercept DLC. This is cooperative. I am joined by TimeEnforcer Anubis from She's Lost Control again. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Now, this time we're going to be talking about a very interesting thing happening in the gaming industry and dare I say the porn industry? So this is, for those who don't know, YouPorn, a popular porn streaming website, has made a tweet asking, like, do we have any competitive, League of Legends, Dota, or Hearthstone players, following us who wants to, want to be sponsored by us? And the response, a lot of people would think it'd be negative, but it's actually extremely positive, including the post in the Reddit's Dota 2 subreddit has made it to the top. So the question begs, can a company in the porn industry sponsor an eSports team? And if so, can the two coexist?
Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long for it to happen.
Yeah, I know. It's like you think it would happen earlier because, let's face it, the people who play video games, yeah, we see a lot of kids and all that stuff, but they said the average, age for a gamer is like someone in their 20s to 30s. Wouldn't this be a good move for both sides?
Yeah.
Let's face it here. Gamers out there, we're some horny bastards, that's for sure. So, I think this is a potentially good step, but it's like at the same time, it's like, okay, we got a porn company who wants to sponsor an esports team. The tournament is usually, kid friendly.
Right, and that's something they're gonna have to work around.
Yeah, it's like either the tournament they have to raise the age limit, to make it more a mature audience, or just like, could they do it in a way where pleases both sides, where yes, YouPorn can sponsor a team, which they are in the works of almost securing it as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that's gonna needs to be addressed, but really at this point I don't think it's going to be that difficult to work around. They'll find a way. It's not going to be that difficult.
Yeah, again, I'm just in the same boat as you are, that it took this long for someone to say, in the porn industry, to say, hey, I want to sponsor an esports team.
And you know what, esports is real big right now, and it makes sense to want to look into moving into that territory.
Yeah, because let's face it, it's like almost untapped potential that they have here. And
oh yeah,
I know that even in a way that's like in this instance, a lot of popular YouTubers out there, a lot of popular streamers are always like kid friendly. And I'm like, well, what about the people who want more of a, not so kid friendly, like, the average to mature content? Why not that?
Right.
Obviously there's a demand for there, but it's like they want to stick to the kid friendly. Like the tournaments probably want to stick to kid friendly because they have an audience there. They have a good audience. They have a sizable audience, I would say, there. But also it's like, well, what about everyone else? Like, do we have to go down with this ship?
Right. Exactly.
Like this tweet originally, was back in like July, and it's like over 4,600 retweets. Like, damn. like what do you think? Should there be, should this happen in a way where it could please, like how? Well, I should say, how could this happen to please both sides?
Really, I feel like it really shouldn't be that much of an issue. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, we have the whole all ages thing, but really, when you're looking at the when you're looking at the entire esports scene, it it runs a gamut of a whole bunch of different people, especially if we're talking like all all the entire LoL demographic, the entire Dota demographic, the entire Hearthstone demographic. It's an incredibly diverse bunch of people, and really, I don't foresee this being too much of a problem once they work out how to how to do it so in a way that it's not gonna piss off really the parents of people of the kids who watch this stuff.
To me personally, it's kind of like, yes, let's have tournaments and esports teams for that stuff, but let's also have it for more of the mature audiences around there. Because let's face it, when it comes down to it, who works? Who has the money to pay for this stuff? It's usually the working adults like us, the kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe they get a hold of the parents' credit card here, but it's just, I think it's one of those things where if they do this right and they do this properly, we could see a bigger, burst of content creators in the gaming world, as well as tournaments, player teams, to be more in tune with for a more mature audience.
Really, I feel like YouPorn is on the cutting edge of this right now.
Yeah,
I applaud any company that's willing to move into a new space like this, and especially in the pornography sector.
Yeah, like granted, like they are talking to esports teams that are in like League of Legends, Dota, Hearthstone. These games are played, but a lot of kids play it. It's a very
and they're talking to some high-ranked teams and stuff like League of Legends.
Yeah, like they were talking to like one of the teams that was like fourth in the country, And with this in mind, if they can do this, like why not, for the what about the other teams out there, like stuff like Counter-Strike? That's a game, that's a M for mature, rated M for mature. You think
Right.
that would be like a match made in heaven almost, but Counter-Strike needs to bounce back. What about games like Halo and all the other stuff? Like I think if they do this right with like stuff like League of Legends, Dota, and Hearthstone, it would just open up the doors to the other games out there, the other esports teams. They're like, oh hey, this is we have someone wanting to sponsor us. As long as they abide by the rules, like I know some of these tournaments they cannot allow have sponsors on the shirts, but they just say, oh hey, we're just sponsoring them, we're helping them get to the tournaments. That's it.
Exactly.
It could work, and it could open the doors to the other esports teams out there that play different games. I think it would have an easier time with the for esports teams that play and for mature games like Halo or Gears of War. But starting off with this, if they can make this work with just like League of Legends, Dota, or Hearthstone, goddamn.
And branching off of the teams aspect, how about how ludicrously advantageous this has been and is going to be for YouPorn.
Yeah,
look at all the publicity they've gotten from this. Look at all the publicity they're going to get from this venture.
Yeah, even if
they're gonna run all the way to the bank with it.
Yeah, even if it's negative publicity, it's still spreading. You're still giving people like the fact that you're just talking about it, you're giving them like free advertisement. Like, hey,
yep,
we're doing this. We're not stopping for breath. We are going to do it, and then if they do this successfully and right, then other websites or other key things in the porn industry are going to be like, oh god, they've done it. They're going to be, if they're making bank, we got to get in on this.
Oh yeah, and not just the porn industry, but other industries too. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of sectors out there sleeping on this, and you know what? If I had the money, Shinakiba would be sponsoring a team right now.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Like other industries as well. Like, you already have the energy drinks. You already have computer companies and parts. You already have some of the like the big gaming industry friendly things out there. But what about other stuff? What about cars, for example? They are some heavy hitters. They have a lot of money. Like
yeah.
What about stuff like oh God, I'm just throwing this out there. What about the movie industry, the music industry? You know, what about the other industries out there? Like, this could be the catalyst point of, if a porn company can do it, so can we.
Exactly.
Yep. Which, you know, to me, you know, I think, you know, this will open up, like, yes, we will see a surge of more people, more esports teams, more content creators, more YouTubers, streamers that opting for mature, bringing mature content to mature audiences instead of, you know, like, oh, I want to bring mature content, but a lot of kids are watching it, so I got to make it kid friendly or else I get in trouble.
Right.
So, personally, yeah, if this works, you know, like, you know, I give them praise to be like, you can do it. If it can work, it can work.
Everyone wins.
Yep, everyone will win from this no matter what, because no matter what you say, good or bad, their name will get out there.
Yep.
So above all else, you know, again, TimeEnforcer Anubis, you know, this is going to be interesting. I will definitely, you know, I would like to keep a close eye on this. I'm not sure about you. Would you like to kind of...
I'm definitely keeping my ear to the ground on this.
Yeah. A little side question, you know, like with your content that you provide, are you kind of like wishing that more, you know, mature audiences out there will go view your content than kids?
Really, I don't really think there are many kids who go into my content now.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I hope the mature audience keeps coming because they're basically the only audience for me.
Yeah. And for me, I've gotten into that weird point where I'm still getting a lot of preteens and teenagers watching my content. I'm trying to attract like the more mature content. That's why I'm kind of like, my language barrier is starting to be more relaxed now, and it's like, oh shit. So overall, you know, again, I think, you know, this could be a great thing. We're both going to keep our eyes on it. Again, TimeEnforcer Anubis, thank you for coming here today and voicing out your opinion on this.
And thanks for having me.
And folks, make sure you check out his website at sheslostcontrol.net. It's also his store, Shinakiba.
Yep, Shinakiba Anime Goods. You can find that at shinakiba.sheslostcontrol.net.
Which I will also provide links down below in the description box. Also, folks, you know, make sure you check out my content here on the Geeky Panda blog, but also post down your opinions in the comment box of what do you think. Do you think this is a good move for both, you know, the porn industry and the esports gaming scene? Do you think this is a bad move? Come on, post down your opinions. We do love to hear them. So overall, thanks again for coming. Thank you again for people watching out my video, and until next time, this is the Geeky Panda here.